When you're trying to forge a career in a competitive industry, it's so easy for people to tell you to get experience, make your CV stand out, or do some networking, but what does it actually take to nail the interview and get your first job? In this Cosmo on-campus series, various women talk us through exactly how they managed to get their first step on the career ladder. Advertisement. Continue Reading Below Tasha Hayes is the European Operations Manager for Youth Travel Operator for 18 to 35-year-olds, Kentucky, but before that, she started her career at the same company as a trip leader. Kentucky deliver holidays of a lifetime for adventure-hungry travelers across the world, with trips from 9 to 46 days, and Tasha was responsible for making sure everything went to plan on the road. Sound up your street. Here's how she landed the role. Q. What was your first job? What actually was your first job title and where? A. My first job was a European trip manager for Kentucky. Getting this job meant packing up my life in the US, jumping on a plane, and heading to London for a 66-day training trip through Europe. I spent the next 3 or so years taking keen young travelers around Europe and teaching them about the local cultures and histories. On a regular basis I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a different country. Advertisement. Continue Reading Below. Q. Did you go to university? A. I attended Binghamton University in New York with the hopes of becoming a doctor, but instead left 5 years later with a bachelor's and master's degree in geography and a minor in global studies. I started university with a specific plan, but graduated without one, and with no clear path on what exactly I wanted to do. Q. What did you want your first job to be? A. From as far back as I can remember I wanted to be a surgeon. But after struggling through organic chemistry in my second year of university, I realized it wasn't the path for me. I took a geography class to fulfill a general education requirement and absolutely loved it. I found myself signing up for more geography and global studies classes until I finally decided that was the path for me. Advertisement. Continue Reading Below. Advertisement. Continue Reading Below. Q. What internships, work experience did you get? Did you work for free? A. I was very lucky to have been selected as an intern for the U.S. Embassy in The Hague for a summer, working in the economic, political, and global affairs offices. The experience was unpaid but invaluable, and it made me realize how much I loved traveling and interacting with people from all around the world. I also worked as an orientation advisor at my university for a summer where I helped new students transition to university life. Q. Did you have contacts? Did anybody give you a helping hand? A. Not really, but people certainly pointed me in the right direction. After graduating, I traveled through Europe for 6 weeks with my friend. I planned the whole trip myself, with her input too, and took on the role of unofficial tour manager. We took the budget approach and stayed in hostels where we met backpackers from all over the world, including Australia. The Aussies introduced me to the idea of a career in travel and becoming a trip manager, a job title which I didn't even realize existed. As soon as I touched back down in the US, I applied for a job at Kentucky. Advertisement. Continue Reading Below. Q. What did the job involve? A. Leading groups of travelers through incredible destinations with the knowledge and confidence to bring the history and culture alive was the day-to-day. Trip managers are responsible for 50 travel-hungry 18 to 35-year-olds from across the world, many first-time travelers, who joined the tour for the experience of a lifetime. Trip managers and coach drivers work very closely to ensure the route and logistics are planned out each day of the trip, which can range from 9 to 46 days. Trip managers are teachers, entertainers, historians, problem solvers, counselors, and friends all in one. No one day is exactly the same, which is what I love most about the role. From the best nightlife recommendations, to cheap eats and historical anecdotes, a trip manager is required to be a fountain of knowledge for anything and everything. Q. Do you think the qualifications you got were paramount in landing your first job? A. Not really. I was lucky to have traveled a lot growing up, and was exposed to lots of different cultures, which I believe helped me in securing my trip manager role. However, it wasn't the only reason. I wanted to learn, and I had a vested interest in creating memorable experiences for young travelers, so I think it was a combination of my travels, my passion and skills developed at university that helped me land my dream job. Advertisement. Continue reading below. Advertisement. Continue reading below. Q. What was the job interview process like? Did you have loads of rejections? A. The interview process was tough. It started with a group interview in London, which was followed by a personal interview. I prepared as much as I could, but the questions were quite different from what I expected. A week later, I received an email confirming my place on the 66-day European training program. I had a lot to prepare before the trip, including a massive assignment based on all the European countries we would be taking our Kentucky travelers. It wasn't easy, but the skills and discipline I learned at university helped me implement a plan and complete the assignment on time. Q. What advice do you have for anyone wanting to do the same thing? Advertisement. Continue reading below. A. While not everyone has the opportunity to travel as often as they would like, I believe making yourself available to new situations and putting yourself outside of your comfort zone is paramount when considering a job in the travel industry. Always have an open mind. As a trip manager, you face new challenges every day, and must be prepared to handle any situation that comes your way. Be highly organized, a problem solver and a notorious chatter will mean that you can accommodate travelers and make sure everyone is having the best time, whilst also keeping on schedule. And a passion for traveling is essential, of course. Q. Is there anything you wish you'd done differently? A. Even though I moved away from my intended career path as a surgeon, it worked out even better for me in the end. If I hadn't taken a chance and flown to London for the interview with Kentucky, I would have always wondered, what if? It definitely wasn't easy, and I most certainly questioned myself on many occasions, but I was driven to succeed. My advice is to take every opportunity that comes your way, and at the end of the day, make sure to do something that makes you happy.